Estimating market opportunities for new product. So market opportunity is defined as a need or demand in the market that a company can capitalize on by introducing a new product or service. So most companies fear whether the new product has enough market potential in the present business environment. In order to estimate market opportunities, the business model as a whole must be evaluated by identifying various factors as listed below. It is nothing but estimating the opportunities in the market. So how do you, so if you want to make a new product, first you need to go to the market and make a market research, or you have to estimate whether the product will be used by the customers, or whether it will be reliable to the customers. So on that basis you will be moving forward on that design, or you will be making a new product. So let us see. So there are certain factors that are been briefed here. So market size. Market size is defined as estimating the number of individuals in a certain market, or potential buyers and or sellers of a product or service. So market size means the buyers or sellers who are there in the market. So that will be estimated. Companies are interested in knowing the market size before launching a new product or service. Market size is the total market sales potential or all the different companies put together. For example, by launching a new ball bearing product in a market, the different manufacturing industries selling the same product in the market determines the market size. The key to market sizing is to stay objective and make an honest and unbiased evaluation of how viable the product or service will be. The best way to get market size is enough local research agencies are collecting data directly from companies. Market growth rate. Next, growth rate. Market growth rate is defined as the rise in the sales or market size in a given customer base over a specific period of time. So for a particular time, how the growth of the market, the customer needs. So how fast the customers buy the product. So whether they buy it once or twice, or once in a month, or once in a year, all these things. It is important for companies to know whether the market has a potential for growth or decline for a given product. For example, personal computer market as compared to the laptop market or the smartphone market is declining slowly. As a new company entering into the business for producing personal computer must be aware about these things. So profitability. Now next is the profitability. So determining and forecasting profitability is important to understand the market potential. If the accepted profit is low, and then the volume of sales needs to be higher. On the other hand, business is expecting low sales volume, then profit needs to be higher. So here, when it comes to profit, so you have to check if the buyers are more, then what should be the profit to meet your demand, your demand. And if the customers are less for a particular product, and how much profit should be earned on each product so that to cover your target. So that is how the market goes. So next is the competitors. You have to see the competitors also. Maybe the same product may be sold by the different competitors or the different people. So in that case, the profit will be shared by those competitors, and even the market will not be good, the environment of the market will not be good. So that is, you have to take care of the competitors. Product and customer type. So what product is used and what type of customers are there, you have to see that. New product financial control. So the success of new products is usually measured in terms of their financial results. So since a new product is the result of the various activities from different functional perspectives. so such as engineering, manufacturing, testing, marketing, etc. It is important to plan the investments for making the new product and control the costs carefully. So here the controlling of the cost and planning for the investment is very important. Therefore, for the new product, the financial control is a major task. So any new product idea that survives the screening stage of new product development, NPD, so it will require a more sophisticated and detailed business analysis, so which will help the company determine various costs involved in the proposed NPD and forecast the profits from the product in future financial years. So it is customary to have all the necessary information in order to control the financial aspects related to new product development. The following estimations are based on the regard. So now what they are saying is nothing. The financial control means what? When you are planning for a new product, what you will do? Firstly, you need to find the raw material cost, the machining cost, labor cost, all the cost and the profits, everything. So analysis of all this thing is a financial control. So estimate the present financial status of the company. So these are some of the estimations which are based in the regard. So determine the financial feasibility of the product during the conceptual phase by developing cost estimation based on the designer's ideas. Then estimate the required investment that would be necessary for each stage of the product. For a particular stage, how much investment is required. Then framing the cost benefit discussions that need to be taken place between the product development. So cost benefit between product development. Then estimate costs involved for working, staff, materials, technology, new equipments, process. So staff, working, then distributors, so all this research, whatever cost included. So analyze cost for various risks associated with product development and launching. So estimate feasible market share and forecasting the demand for likely profits. So financial control techniques. So what is meant by financial control technique? So exercising financial control through various activities involves adoption of strategies and techniques. So here there are few major techniques which are briefed as follows. Budgetary control. So budgetary control means what? In the developing of a new product, a budget may be referred as a numerical estimate or a plan. So for in the development stage of the product, the budget means what? Now we will say when you are going to buy a mobile phone or a laptop, they ask you, the shopkeeper, what is your budget? So the budget referred as a numerical estimate or a plan prepared in advance, depicting the overall cost from initial product development stage to delivery. Okay, so this is called as budgetary control, and controlling of this is very important. So budgetary control involves comparing the budgeted figures with actual performances or planned expenditures, for calculating the variances and taking corrective actions. It ensures the best possible use of available resources to maximize the profits of the company. Return on investment, ROI. So what is meant by return on investment? Return on investment is one of the important tool or technique for financial control. It evaluates the efficiency of an investment. So return on investment, what is return on investment? Net profit before interest and taxes divided by total investment into 100. So ROI, return on investment, is the end product of a series of statistical measures representing the various phases of the company's operations that contribute to its ratio. So expecting healthy returns of a new product depend on the overall economics of the business. So this is return on investment. So how much do you get on the return on the investment? That is called as return on investment. So next is break-even analysis. So you might have heard about this. So break-even analysis is a financial control technique widely used to determine the number of units the businesses to sell in order to avoid losses. So how much unit you have to sell to avoid the loss, that the company does not go under loss, how much you have to sell. So that is called break-even analysis. So this can ascertain by evaluating the break-even point by using a formula or by graphical method as illustrated in the figure. So at the break even point, the total sales equals to the total expenses. So there will be a point where the total sales will be equal to the total expense. The business does not experience any loss nor profit. Beyond the break even point, company experiences profit. Identifying the break even point helps provide a dynamic view of the relationships between sales, cost, and profits at different levels. So, break even point is equal to fixed cost divided by price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So, it is nothing but the when you start a business, okay, so there will be a point where profit or the losses, everything will be equal. So you might not get any profit or not loss, it will be equal, and above that point you will start gaining the profits. So your business should not run below the break even point. So this is break even analysis. Ratio analysis is one of the important tools of financial control and is used to judge the financial performance of a company. Ratio is computed by taking the proportion of one financial variable with another related financial variable. So, by calculating the ratio between two related financial variables, useful interpretation can be made, which ultimately helps make appropriate decisions. This is ratio analysis. So, next is implementing new product development. So implementing new product development means the various steps which that the processes that a company goes through in order to bring the strategic plan for new product development in the action or the reality. Okay, so what are the steps that are being involved to bring that product to into action or the reality? So far what we have discussed is all the imaginary one. That is, so people discuss there, they make the ideas, develop the ideas, etc. Now it has to be brought into the real one. So defining the product. First you have to define the product. The product's functional or the performance requirements are accurately defined along with the voice of customer. So this helps to focus all the people involved in the product development and avoid pitfalls like running out of the resources. Identify people. The management should identify a project manager, define and develop the team having the right people with required competencies and skills that are needed to support and execute the plan for product development. This is identify the people. Utilize the resources. So whatever the resources are within the company or whether they are to be brought out from the outside of the company, and whether if you bring that this one resource, whether it is profitable to company or company goes into loss, all these things are to be comes under utilization of resources. Establish time frames. Now, implementation of new product requires a series of activities from different functional perspectives such as engineering, manufacturing, testing, marketing, etc. Now, working together through the stages of product development, and sufficient time should be allocated to certain activities based on their functioning. This is established time frames. So while keeping in the mind the deadline of the implementation, means what? The deadline will be given. So this product has to be or the particular activities are to be done within this time. Next, selecting best practices and processes. After this, whatever the best practices must be done or the processes that are suitable to manufacture this are to be adopted. Defining marketing goals. So marketing goals means what? Successful NPD requires through knowledge of the NPD, new product development, requires knowledge of the target market and its need and wants, the benefits of the new product, the market's frustration of existing products and competitions, etc. The marketing strategy, distribution channels, so all these things are to be discussed or taken care. So next is market entry decision. So what is meant by market entry decision? So when a company with a new product idea has made a decision to enter the market, there are various factors to be taken into account. So any business decision taken without clear understanding of the objective behind it will increase the probability of failure. So any business, if you don't have proper idea of marketing etc, it will go under loss. The following are the various factors considered by the managers when making a decision for entering a new product into the market. Define the market. So define the market. So defining the market means what? So it must be identified in terms of location, having suitable propulsion, then middle class representation and income levels well above the national average, people's characteristics, their needs and wants, educational background and other necessity information. Then perform market analysis. So expanding into new markets. Expanding into new market involves a great deal of market research in addition to target customers. So there is a need for an in-depth understanding of market growth rates, market size, forecast demand, existing products and level of competition. So distribution or supply channels, advertising channels, potential risk and barriers to market entry and so on. So access internal capabilities means much of your ideas or decisions on how to enter a new market is driven by an internal capabilities assessment. There is a need to analyze the existing financial situation of the company and future requirements, human resources, skills, efficient people, existing infrastructure, and future requirements. All these things must be understood. So, with a joint venture of partnership and so on. So, analyze the new product. Then there is a need to compare the features of the functionality of a new product with the existing in the market. Modifications, if any, to overcome the limitations of the existing product and attract customers and overall cost for making the product. Fixing a competitive product price, associated product discounts or offerings, if any, and so on. So, analyze government policies and regulations. Government regulations can vary often and may create barriers to business entry and growth. So companies need to examine the implications of such regulations prior to committing to the market entry. The product's influence on the living beings and the environment must be given due consideration. There is a need to ensure that companies and their products actually conform to the regulations. So next is launching and tracking new product program. So it includes product launching program, then market before the launch, then prepare for unlikely events, establish an effective product promotion, then activating sales team, post launch tracking program. Next is a post launch tracking program. So then comes the concept of product redesign. So what is meant by concept of product redesign? So here the concept of product redesign means redesign is a process of modifying or changing an existing design of a product with the objective of improving one or more aspects of the product's capabilities and or performance or accommodating a new manufacturing of assembly environment. So reasons or needs for redesign. So why redesign is needed? So customers feedbacks related to product design or features. Customers give a feedback on the features or the work performance etc. So if the product does not meet the requirements of the customer, then you need to redesign it. Decline in sales rate due to competition from similar products. If you make a product which is similar to the one more product, then due to the competition there will not be sales. To satisfy new government regulations or requirements, so governments also will have some policies to satisfy that new product is needed. Expanding company into new markets. To expand the company into new market, under splitting situation of joint venture, partnership of two or more company groups or companies logo, marketing material undergo changed. So what are the benefits of redesign? So redesign helps to create new products with new features, which in turn drives new business. Product redesign in a successful way comes with great prizes. So like new possibilities, new customers. Then redesign helps in exploring new markets. So what are the drawbacks of new design? Although redesign is simple and trackable, the process is iterative and complex in nature. It is not easy. Then redesign cannot be precisely budgeted. Then redesign must not involve drastic changes in the product. Redesign requires extensive time and resources. Steps involved in product redesign. So what are the steps involved? Analyze existing product. So existing product must be analyzed properly. Analyze competitive products. Then when you analyze the existing product, the same time you have to analyze for the competitive, which is already there in the market. You have to study about that. Then bring all geographics and function in one room. So you have to bring all the geographics, means once a product has been identified, for redesign all geographic benefit units, business units, different functions and organization levels need to be brought into the room. It is the most effective way to ensure products portfolio benefits from all perspectives. Select a concept for product redesign. So then you have to select the product concept to redesign the product. Establish and refine target specifications. So once the new design features have been developed, establish the specifications of a prospective new product by taking into consideration the various technical constraints. Further, there is a need to refine some issues so as to take into account the various technical, manufacturing and economic necessities or limits. So this completes the third module, and for more details you need to go through the whole textbook and read them thoroughly and understand.